Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's main event. We have Mayo Hosko coming at you at 60 frames per second, 4K resolution, no sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Let's get ready to Lego!
Hello, it's me, Mayo Hosko, coming to you at 60 frames per second in 4K resolution. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg, and welcome to my channel.
Mayo Hosko, it's your boy, JP.
Real whole egg. Everybody say real whole egg. Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
Real whole egg.
There we go. Capture that, Mayo. That's for you. That's for you.
Everyone say real whole egg at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Real whole egg.
Sweet. I'll cap that and then add it to the intro.
That's kind of fucked up though. It's a little off-centered.
Real whole
egg.
Eggs?
Oh, our timing was off, but
Do we go
that's
slowly
okay.
or fast?
I think that was fine. Is that fine, or do you want us to
Yes,
do it
because
slow?
I actually prefer it when people do it all out of sync because that makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
Everyone on the panel say it at the same time. Okay.
Oh, okay.
What are we saying again?
Real whole egg.
Whole egg.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Real
Whole egg.
Egg.
Close enough.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, a little bit of no sugar, no filler, a whole lot of real whole egg coming up on these Fridays.
Hello, Miss Zambi here, saying real whole egg. Mayo Hosko channel. Go check it out.
Real whole egg. There we go. I don't know what else you want. Wait, why am I... Are you talking about like what goes well with Mayo? Also, how did you even come up with the name Mayo Hosko? Like, do you just love Mayo? I don't know.
Rolling into the chat, we got to give a shout out. No sugar, no filler, just real whole egg. Splat out. That's what I'm talking about. Mayo Hosko. Two whoop salute, Mayo. Welcome to the jankiness.
For Mayo Hosko, I give you a real whole egg. Wait, where did all these other eggs come from? What in the name of the Emperor is going on?
Everyone make sure to send in your videos of saying real whole egg and I'll add you to the intro. Thank you. Well, hello everybody and welcome to episode Order 66 of Real Whole Egg. We're skipping forward several episode numbers today and tomorrow we'll be skipping forward hundreds of episodes to episode 501. It is International Star Wars Day in Australia, so May the 4th be with you. Tomorrow it'll be May the 4th for a majority of my audience, and for me it'll be Revenge of the 5th. So I hope everyone enjoys their Star Wars weekend, and I'll enjoy building some of the UCS X-Wing Starfighter. I bought this set last year to get one of the gift with purchases, and I've been holding off building it for May the 4th be with you. And tomorrow we're going to get some Star Wars fans onto the panel, and Hoarder 66 said that he might also come on to tonight's stream. So I hope everyone enjoys the show today, and let us know if you're building any Star Wars or if you've watched any of the Star Wars movies this week. We'd love to hear about it.
So what's up, buddy? How's everything going since I saw you on Wednesday?
Well, things are marginally better.
Well, that's improvement in the right direction.
Yes, because I've done a bunch of homework and I've been communicating with some of my sellers about how to pop some more tags, and I'm just barely getting my sleep schedule back in order. Not sleeping a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. Whenever you get busy, sleep's one of the first things that kind of gets pushed to the side.
So this is everyone's second to last chance to buy tickets to enter the giveaway. We will be doing the giveaway on tomorrow's stream. So buy your tickets to enter the giveaway, and you can buy up to 100 of them. So just use the instructions in the chat.
Speaking of the chat, Scott's Block says he needs to communicate with his sellers as well. He also says that there's bricks and minifigs and Mater opens tomorrow. I'm guessing that's somewhere by him. Sultan Fuss is here, so you know what that means.
Yeah, we'll do a bunch of that stuff later.
Hey, Big Nate. Hey, Zizou.
I just need to do something very quickly. So anyway, how's your week gone, RC?
Oh, it's been eventful, to say the least. Top of everything else, where I live, everybody in my neighborhood and everything, we run on wells. So you have like a well in your backyard with a pump in the ground, and mine went out yesterday. So I'm borrowing water from my neighbor right now, and they're coming tomorrow to replace my well. So it's quite the expensive repair, but I mean, I gotta have water.
Wait, you have a water well?
Yeah, so down here in Florida, that's how a lot of people do it. What you have is you have a well, and it's in the backyard, or some people even have them on like the side or the front yards, but usually it's in the back. And pretty much you run a filtration system off of it, but they dig down till they hit the water table, like 100 feet deep is how deep mine is, and they pretty much pull water up from the ground, and then you run it through your own filtration system, so you don't have city water. You don't get your water from the city. You get it from your backyard, really.
Yeah, I know. I know a lot of people out in the country who have water tanks because they don't get a lot of water from the groundwater, and there's no rivers nearby.
Yeah, because out there, like in certain parts of like Australia, like you're talking about, it's almost like a desert, right?
Yeah, there are people who literally live in the middle of the desert, and the only reason they live there is because they're either gold or opal miners.
Gotcha. No, Macro was asking right quick if I live in out in the country. No, I live in a neighborhood that's on a lake, and if they would have had city water come in and city sewage, then what would happen is they would run drains out to the lake, and the neighborhood's been against that since like the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and they won't let them run drainage out there to the lake. So we actually have one of the cleanest lakes in Central Florida. It's actually the second cleanest lake in Central Florida, and then the first one's like somewhere down south or whatever. But
is it near South Beach?
I don't know if it's there. I think it's somewhere more inland where there's not a lot of people. And so, but
okay. Well, there's a lot of people in South Beach.
Oh, for sure. But that's more on like beach side. So like Florida's crazy. There's a lot of people that live here, but when you go down south, they're all on like the beach side, whether it be the east or the west coast. But everything in the center is like nothing. There's nothing there. And then that's the same way it is until you get to Central Florida, and then where Orlando is. But then when you go from Orlando north, there's really nothing up there until you get towards like Jacksonville. But that's on the one coast. That's on the Daytona side coast, and then which would be the East Coast. And then if you go towards the Panhandle on the west side, that's when you start getting to like Gainesville and all those other beaches out there. So like in the center of Florida, there's really nothing. And then that's where they don't have a lot of people, and then you don't have a lot of pollution in the lakes and stuff like that.
Yeah, because if y'all don't know why I always mention South Beach, then it's because a lot of them Florida girls party on the beaches at South Beach.
Oh, that's party central, man.
Exactly. Swing blade.
So they are about to lose it if they don't get some Paradisa here.
Yeah. So we better give them some Paradisa, hey. but first we'll have to see who is actually in the chat. So everyone's seen the glorious box that we're gonna build. So who was in the chat? We have Johnny G, Clever Pig, Lego Head Productions, AZ, Scott's Blocks, Macro Bricks, co-host, and Big Nate Bricks Raid. Who's that raiding in from? Mr. President of the A-Holes, the Brickable Cow.
Moo Cow, what's up, buddy?
Zissou. And anyone else? Yeah, that's everyone. So let's give the Paradisa for Zissou. Let's come up and get it.
You guys go!
And we also gotta give something for the PPP smokers. Where's that? Yeah. PPP.
The weed.
And who knows, maybe the birds and the bees will get here soon.
The way they're acting in the chat, I'd start charging for that Paradisa clip. 25 cents a play.
Well, whenever I get this channel monetized, or if we get some of those viewers watching on Twitch instead, then we'll make that a command over on Twitch when I get monetization over on Twitch. All we need is three viewers over on my Twitch channel per episode of Real Whole Egg, and we'll be able to get it monetized. I need an average of 3 viewers per stream over there. So if you guys help me do that, I'll eventually set up the command Paradisa, and people can then request it every time you use the exclamation mark Paradisa, so that you don't have to rely on me doing it for you. You can let Twitch do it for you. There's a little bit of incentivizing. So if you're really desperate for the Paradisa theme, that's what you can do.
Hey Hive, cheers, buddy.
Oh, hey Hive. Cool. We got the bee. Now we're just waiting for the birds. So let's do this.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
You retarded
So before we crack open the UCS X-Wing, what is everyone saying? Johnny says, I just dropped 300 on toys from a Star Wars Kenner and Lego sets. Mayo is a terrible set builder. Mayo, son of a mock builder, you can tell RC is his dad, lol. Yes, I am definitely a terrible set builder because if you couldn't tell, I don't like building sets. I like building mocks. That's where the magic of Lego is. So that is a very good analysis. Because I am a terrible set builder. I openly admit that. RC is not my dad, but Cliff is my That's an old joke. Actually, no, it's not an old joke. It's a month-old joke. What's this about fake half omelets? PPP. I'm not sure what power I hold in the first place. Bad internet. So if anyone out there has their internet isn't up to scratch right now, we're sending our thoughts and prayers. I know what types of sellers Scott will be communicating with. What's up? What's up? You know what? Eventually, one day we will have a call center. If I can figure out international phone calls, I'd love to take phone calls from the audience, but they'd have to pay a hefty price for the international rates or whatever it is. As Isu suggests that we all do something stupid, I'm down for doing something stupid. Yeah, the viewers really like Paradisa, don't they? I might have to create a short about it.
Doing something stupid. It's the story of my life, man.
Zishu
Just hang out long enough, I'm sure I'll do something.
Yeah, Zisu saying to Johnny G, come over and play old pretend I'm Haley and hide dinos and you pretend to be Cliff and be angry. Ha. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of inside references there. Scott says our water table is like 16 feet.
Yeah. No, that's here too. You don't have to go very deep before you start hitting water. It's not drinkable water, but it's water.
There's only one man who isn't crazy in the state of Florida, and he's right here.
I appreciate it.
Pig says, I thought Florida was just senior citizens and alligators.
Pretty close. Pretty close. And sometimes it gets hard to tell the difference. The skin looks very similar. Especially under that Florida sun for too long.
I think Zisu shaved his legs. Well, I suck eggs, if that's what you're referring to. Johnny says we want to see the little 1980 something girls. Well, I could. Well, I don't have any specific minifigures that are female from 1980. I have one from 1981, but not from 1980. It was a little doctor's car set that had a paramedic with the old early 80s, late 70s pigtails. That was from 81, not 80.
Hey, Will Harper. What's up, buddy? Hey, which
Scott
one's this?
Scott's referring to something we said. I gotta make that my ringtone.
Is this that?
That is that's an airline flight attendant from either the International Jetport or the Century Skyway. The International Jetport came out in 1990. The Century Skyway came out in 1994.
Got you. Cool deal. So she's a 90s fig, not an 80s fig.
Yeah, it's a 90s fig. And Hive was saying hello to the hosts. And we have Seth Bland, guitar. And we have Trev's Reborn.
Hey, Trevs.
Mark says, lol bro, look at, I was born to do stupid shit for nothing more than entertainment. And Hive will be lurking around. So if anyone, much like Hive, will be lurking around, you can use the exclamation mark lurk, and Streamyard will, and Streamlabs will know that you're still there. And hello, Hoarder66.
That's from Star Wars 2, right?
Yeah, it's almost the 4th for most of y'all, but it is May the 4th be with you for me. And Will, you requested an invite, so you're more than willing to come on at any time during the stream. Anyway, let's crack open the set, shall we?
I tell you, that's one time I'm not gonna go to the Lego store just because I don't collect Star Wars. But man, ever Lego store on May 4th, and you're not into Star Wars, that's probably the worst time you could ever go to the Lego store.
Okay. So I just need to position this first before I need to swap up these avatars. So the reason why the 2008 Clone Trooper Battle Pack is my icon for today is because that's the first Star Wars set I ever owned.
Nice.
And I went 14 years without buying another Star Wars set.
That one's just one of the Clone Trooper packs?
Yeah, it's the 2008 Clone Trooper Battle Pack.
Right.
No, sorry, not the Clone Trooper Battle Pack, the Stormtrooper Battle Pack. Okay. I believe the clonies came out a year later. So I ended my drought when I bought the Mandalorian version of the Slave one. I mean Boba Fett Starship. And I always make that joke because Disney has a problem with the word slave.
Oh, because yeah, Lego said slave was like they weren't gonna do that no more, right?
No. Yeah. The Disney side of it has a problem.
Oh, okay.
So that one came out in 2022. That same year, 1 month later, I bought the UCS Luke's Landspeeder to get one of my 2 Forest Hideout GWPs. And then
I remember when you were building that. That was when
Yeah.
I first. That was not too long after I first started watching all you guys. That was a while back.
And I built that throughout either the month of August or September of I built it throughout the month of September 2022, and I still have not gotten around to making my spoof review about it. I'm really sorry. And then I bought this set to get another GWP.
Give me 1 second. Somebody just rang my doorbell, and that's kind of odd.
Yeah. So the reason I bought the Luke's Landspeeder was to make the jokes about it. The reason why I bought this is because I've never owned an X-Wing. I've always wanted an X-Wing. And the original 1999 UCS X-Wing is my favorite Star Wars set of all time. Second favorite being the Ewok Village Third favorite being the original 2000 Millennium Falcon, which is ironically the worst of the Millennium Falcons. And this might be weird to say, but my fourth favorite is the Dagobah version of the X-Wing that came out in 2004. I have a lot of weird choices for Star Wars sets, but there's the cockpit piece. You can normally tell in a bulk lot it's got a version of an X-Wing if you can see a cockpit like that. So also, unlike the UCS Luke's Land Speeder, the plaque is printed, not a sticker. So how many bags are there in total? Because we'll not get through all of this today. We'll spread it out over to Revenge of the 5th tomorrow, and then on my own time. So it looks like the highest bag number is 9, but I'm pretty sure there's multiple bags per number. Long time no see, Eric Hart. We are doing Star Wars. Hey Eric, if you want to come onto the panel and talk about Star Wars, I'm happy to send you an invite via Facebook Messenger. We're building the UCS X-Wing. Let me know if you want me to send you an invite via Messenger. Actually, my mistake, there's 10 totaled numbered bags. Where's the 5s? Oh yeah, this is the 5. Let's see if we can try build bags 1 to 3 today and do try 4 to 6 tomorrow. Okay. We got all the bags right here. Now let's get out the instructions. Yeah. Okay, there's the instructions. And there was a small amount of stickers. So there's the stickers. There are 4 different stickers in this. Okay. So I need to get this set out for me. And with the way I have a different table positioned in here today, the set is actually at eye height for me. So this is going to be a different experience than what I've had for most of the sets I've built on the stream. So let's open up the instructions and Star Wars fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this a scene from the Treat Run? It looks like a scene from the Trench Run. Lots of cool behind the scenes photos, I'm guessing from the movie. Let's get to where they actually start building the set, shall we? Okay, let's open the bags. Oh, and we've just come across the most rare piece of all time, the orange brick separator.
Sorry about that. My neighbor that I'm borrowing the water from, he came over, and because there's multiple people that live over there, and he was like, "Hey, I just saw this hose coming from my house. I wanted to make sure it was you." So, what I miss?
Well, I just opened the box and the instructions. Okay. Now I'm opening the bags.
How many jars does a ticket cost?
A ticket costs 10 jars.
Okay.
So there are so a lot of people in chat can buy multiple tickets to enter the giveaway.
You know who I haven't seen in a while is Mr. Blue, but he had like unbelievable amount.
Yeah, he has more than 10. He has more than 10,000. Okay, let's get this started, shall we? But before we do this, I'm gonna go get an invite out to Eric Hart because he showed up and he likes Star Wars. So let's get him on.
Right on. I'm gonna
And
get a couple
also,
pieces. I'm working on putting gravel and railroad.
If Will was in the chat earlier, he's probably setting up his stuff to come on in because he wanted to come on and talk about Star Wars.
Macro said Mr. Blue didn't gamble. He didn't get ripped off by the house.
Yeah.
I think that's how Mr. Blue got all his points, by gambling and winning.
Yeah,
He's got
and
the
so
cheat code.
And so, if there's any Star Wars people out there who wants to request to come on today and talk about Star Wars, you're more than willing to do so. Not everyone out there is a hardcore Star Wars fan. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. I'm just an observer of the franchise.
Have you seen all the movies?
Hell no.
That's funny. Neither have I, honestly.
Because I've said this before, but since this is a Star Wars stream, I'll tell the story again. So I used to not give a crap about anything Star Wars, and then I started seeing a lot of LEGO people talking about Star Wars. Really, since I got into the community back in 2011. That was 2 years before I created my YouTube account. And I just did not care about anything they were talking about. And then you develop more friendships with people over time, and you learn that they like Star Wars and they collect LEGO Star Wars, and you see them building LEGO Star Wars, and you hear them talking about the movies, and you hear them talking about the sets. And then the more they talk about it, the slower I began to have a bit of, not necessarily appreciation, but respect. Because I saw how many people got either back into LEGO because of Star Wars, or who are still in the LEGO community today because of Star Wars. And then I realized, the Ewok Village is a pretty cool set. A lot of the X-Wings are pretty cool sets. Like, I kind of regret not buying the Pose X-Wing fighter now from 2015. That was a nice black and orange one. I kind of regret not buying that now.
You know what I always thought was cool is that regardless of Star Wars or whatever, but it was the pod racers. I always thought the pod racers were pretty cool.
And something else I always liked was some of the quote unquote city scenes, like the scenes of Coruscant and the scenes of Mos Eisley's Cantina, and the rest of the space suburbia on Tatooine. And
you know what
I
like that.
And I
like that
different
scene when
things.
they're in. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you go first.
I was gonna say I like that scene when they're in like the busy city, and the cars are all flying everywhere. I don't remember which one that one is.
Yeah, so I remember. Yeah, so I remember seeing different people's reviews. Jane Wick's reviews of the 2014 Mos Eisley's Cantina, the Brick Show's review of the Ewok Village, Briggsar's review of combining Jabba's palace and the Rancor pit. Stuff like that. Those Star Wars reviews stick out to me. And then I saw a lot of people building mocks. And especially their mocks of either Tatooine, Endor, or Coruscant. I was like, yeah, this looks pretty cool. And then you discover that there are a whole Star Wars channels that do nothing but mocks. Like, my personal favorite is Coconut Bricks Productions. Was introduced to him via Good Morning Brick World. And then I realized that, hey, some of these guys make pretty cool mocks. And so slowly over time, I realized that I'm not the Star Wars hater I used to be. I just observe the franchise, which means I'm not going to go crazy about what happens. I'm just going to observe what everything happens and document it within the history of the sci-fi genre, which I'm not the biggest fan of sci-fi.
You don't like sci-fi movies?
I'm not nerdy. I'm not nerdy enough to be a sci-fi guy.
I like some sci-fi movies, I'm not gonna lie. Star Wars, I'll be honest with you, when I was a kid, there were only 3 Star Wars movies, and then they came out with the prequel 3, which are like the 3 that lead up to the 3 that were out. And then after that, I just lost. I just didn't really watch too many more after that.
Yeah, and I think not only was it the LEGO Star Wars people that helped me appreciate the Star Wars franchise more, but also a lot of the different Star Wars crossovers that other media did, because especially back when the prequels were out in the 2000s, you saw a lot of TV shows doing Star Wars crossovers. I remember the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars crossover. I remember the Robot Chicken Star Wars crossover. I remember the Family Guy Star Wars crossover. There was a bunch of other crossovers with some of the shows I liked with Star Wars. And you see how some of your favorite characters from your favorite TV shows were chosen to match certain characters from Star Wars, and you start to see some of the jokes that they make and some of the alternate script structure that they do, and you inadvertently get sucked in to the franchise.
Yeah, and says he's in a sci-fi. He loved Total Recall, Aliens, Predators. Yeah, see, all those are pretty good movies. I liked a lot of those sci-fi movies like that, like Starship Troopers. That was another one that was pretty cool. Avatar was pretty cool. Trying to think of what other sci-fi movies just right off the top of my head that I thought were pretty cool like that. I don't know. I'm looking for parts right now. It's hard to focus on 2 things.
And building this set more at eye level makes me feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
Because normally I build stuff from the bird's eye view, but this is but since this is a much higher table, it's a different build experience for me.
Zizu said he sent you a super chat, Mayo.
Well, one day, i.e. November 2025, I'd love for people to be actually able to send me super chats, and then people can pay 99 cents to hear the Paradisa theme all they want.
Paradisa.
Yo!
What's up, Cliff?
We're building Cliff's least favorite Star Wars set of all time. And now I'm going to see for myself how flimsy the wings are on this thing.
Getting to experience it firsthand, huh, Mayo?
Yeah. And so, because of all the Star Wars media I was consuming when I was in high school, which The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker came out when I was in high school, and we used to pay for cable pay TV, and that was before we cancelled it when we moved houses. And so I was watching all of the Lego Star Wars people talking about stuff and other bullshit for Rise of Skywalker, and hear other people outside of the Lego community also talking about their thoughts about Rise of Skywalker. And we have Eric.
What's up, buddy?
What's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm
just telling a story about Star Wars, and so Rise of Skywalker came out in December of one of those years, and my cable pay TV had a Star Wars pop-up channel for 1 week before the movie came out in theaters. And so I looked at it and I thought to myself, well, I'm not a Star Wars fan, but it would kind of be sacrilegious as a human being born after the year 1977 to not go my life without watching at least one of the Star Wars films. Hey, Dave. Good morning.
Hey, Dave.
Johnny says Haley was so sweet to Cliff when she realised it was Cliff's time of the month. Ha ha! She did everything but fetch him a hot water bottle. That gets one of these.
So Rise of Skywalker, is that the one with Kylo Ren's sister?
I think that is the one where they have an interaction. And Zissou says to you, I'll say yes, but I haven't watched it in years. Katie Sackhoff as Starbuck is fantastic.
Yeah, he's talking about what was it? Something Battle Galactica or something like that.
Did you accidentally click the leave button?
No, I have bad Wi-Fi and it wasn't going through.
The Wi-Fi bugs got a lot of people.
That and
oh, he's got some Star Wars Mayo.
Yeah.
Is that the truth count?
Oh yeah. At midnight, I went on. Yeah, midnight. I went on, ordered it, and I did it right at customer service. They sent me everything, which was nice. But I got the Sith Infiltrator. And I got.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the regular streamers from the amateur streamers to those who have choppy Wi-Fi.
Maybe where he's at.
Yeah,
is the weather bad?
I'm getting like right there. No, it's actually very nice. I think. Is it still breaking up real bad?
Right here, it doesn't seem to be doing it so bad. Right where you have the phone right now.
Oh, okay. Like I said, I just went on this. Oh, I see. That's good. But yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cutting out even worse now. I don't know if you can hear me. It's frozen.
No, let me switch my computer.
Sometimes it's people's devices that get them caught out.
It's technology, bro. If it ain't messing up, it's not doing its job.
There's a bunch of underlying plate here.
Get some parts. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so as I was saying, there was the Star Wars pop-up channel, and I decided to watch A New Hope. So I spent the 2 hours something to watch A New Hope, and now I can say that I have at least watched a Star Wars film. And I decided for A New Hope because it's the OG.
Yeah.
My favorite is probably Return of the Jedi. Say what you want about the Ewoks, and if anyone out there really does not like the Ewoks and wants to go into a rant about Ewoks, feel free to rant away about the Ewoks, because I know a lot of people don't like the Ewoks.
Why not?
Some people find them annoying, and they think that the Ewoks are what Grogu is now. A cash grab made for merchandise.
They were like mini Chewbacca's.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily an Ewok hater, but I do acknowledge that they are a cash grab. Yeah, so also I'm home alone right now.
You what?
My family went on vacation.
Oh, so you got the house to yourself.
Yes, which means I can do my homework in peace.
Or throw a party. What are you waiting on, Mayo? It was your birthday too?
Scott says Ewok lives matter. Johnny says Jedi is my jam too. Murder bears and a hot boy slug count me in. Dave says buildable Ewok for the win. We got some love for the Ewoks up in here.
I'll tell you right now, Mayo, you're a better guy than me. If I just had a 23 birthday and I had the house to myself, we'd be throwing a party.
I know that there was one person lurking right now who would disagree with you guys giving love to the Ewoks. Yeah. So that's my story about Star Wars. But another story I have is that I've said it before, but honestly, my favorite piece of Star Wars media is either
Is what?
Is either the Family Guy trilogy called Blue Harvest, or the Family Guy trilogy called It's a Trap. Blue Harvest was based upon New Hope, and It's a Trap was based on Return of the Jedi. But
So It's a Trap is with Hubert, right? Or Herbert?
It's Blue Harvest with Herbert because Herbert was who's
Obi-Wan,
who's the pedophile from Family Guy. He was cast as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in Blue Harvest. It's the scene that's Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan near the generator in the Death Star that creates the Force field. And it's that fight scene. And when Luke Skywalker, who is portrayed by Chris, comes into the room, Herbert's lightsaber goes from dilapidated and drained out to being normal, which is an innuendo to getting a boner, and right as Herbert's lightsaber gets a boner, Darth Vader, portrayed by Stewie, kills him. And then in something Dark Side, where Yoda trains up Chris, Yoda is portrayed by he's portrayed by the person who runs the cashier at the convenience store.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
They sing that song, "Time of Our Lives."
Yes, it's Herbert. It's Herbert that sings that song in Blue Harvest. I think it's when he's on the Death Star.
Scotty's putting down technical terms down there in the chat for you, Mayo.
Yeah. Yeah. So and also when I'm in the Phineas and Ferb version of Star Wars, for those who don't, so this will be exclusively towards people who know the characters from Phineas and Ferb. Candace is a stormtrooper, and she's got a gang of Buford and a Baljeet who are junior stormtroopers, and they can never get their assignments right for the Empire. And for those who know Phineas and Ferb know that in every single episode they have 2 songs, because much like SpongeBob, each episode has 2 episodes in it. And it's got a really catchy song, In the Empire, which is one of my favourite songs from Phineas and Ferb. I really like that. And within that song they do a parodying of one of the American Army songs. I don't know what I've been told, blah 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 blah. But instead, it's I don't know what I've been told that the rebels need to be controlled. And that's one of the lyrics in that song, and I really like it. And there's a scene where Dr. Doofenshmirtz is a Darth, not a doctor, and he convinces, and he gives, he shoots Ferb, who is portraying Luke Skywalker, and Phineas is just a sidekick. Or is it Phineas that's Luke Skywalker, and Ferb is a desert dweller that wears the same costume as who are the sand people? The Jawas. Wears a costume similar to the Jawas. And Dr. Doofenshmirtz as a Darth shoots Ferb with a Sith ray, and that turns Ferb onto the side of the Sith, and then he gets the face paint like a Darth Maul, which is that transformation is pretty cool. Ferb as Darth Maul. I was not expecting that back in 2011 or whatever. Hello, Stud Sidious. Happy May 3-degree burns in remembrance of Uncle Owen and Aunt Very getting torched by the Empire. I did send you. You've already got the link. Go back to Facebook, Eric. Mark says if this was a real casino, I think the dealer would be stabbed by now. No, it wouldn't. Aunt Baru. Okay, where are we? And what color? What color is this? It's dark grey. So we're not reading the comments today, and we're not doing any rants today. I don't have anything to rant about. We read the comments on my birthday stream. So if you haven't seen my birthday stream earlier this week, you can go back and watch it after this stream.
Go back and watch it.
And it's only been a couple days since the birthday stream, so we'll wait for the comments to come back in the spring. Dave wants to give me something to rant about. Suggest it away, Dave.
But I've got something that'll get you fired up.
And also, don't forget to buy tickets to the giveaway if you want to win a sig fig and a CMF.
Or else.
I know a lot of people want to get their hands on my sig fig.
You know, buddy, I wanted one, and I wasn't gonna make you send me one, so I just went ahead and made one. A little too far to be sending stuff, especially a minifig.
So Eminar was also born on the 30th of April, but I'm guessing he's a Xennial. I'm just a Z. Because I was having this conversation at university the other day. People have different definitions of what the different generations are.
What's the newest one?
I subscribe to sub-generations within the generations themselves. So my father was a baby boomer. My mother was an early Xer. People born in the late 70s are Generation X, but since they had an all-analog childhood and an analog mixed with digital adolescence, they are classified as Xennials. Generation Y are straight up millennials, and then people born 1996 to 2000 are Xennials, because unlike me, who was born in 2001, the entire childhood of a Xennial was before a few different things. One, it was all before Wi-Fi. Two, it was all before CDs and DVDs replaced VHSs and cassettes. And three, it was all before the iPhone. I'm not a Xennial because, for example, I never used dial-up internet, but Xennials might have used dial-up internet as a child. And as a part,
dial-up internet came out, that was a big deal.
Yeah, because dial-up internet came out in 1997.
Yep. It was America Online.
Yeah, AOL and Microsoft Messenger. No, sorry, Microsoft Network Messenger. That's what MSNM stood for.
I remember when the first computers came out, man. that you could get like home computers.
Yeah, I love it because Briggsar always tells the story. He's been working since he was a child, and the reason why he started working in the early 80s is because he wanted to buy a color computer.
Yeah.
Which was one of the more affordable computer options back in the day. It was much cheaper than the original mid-70s Apple Macintosh, for sure.
I'll never forget being absolutely stoked out of my mind to get a NES. I had an old hand-me-down Atari from my uncle, and I got an NES with Duck Hunt and Mario, and I was on top of the world.
And the reason Nintendo came out with the NES is because they wanted to end the video game crash of 1983. So they reinvigorated the industry with the NES in 1985, and it was so successful that they made a SNES, and that totally changed the trajectory of the video game industry forever.
Yeah.
Because then came the PlayStation, then came the Xbox, then came the Wii, and eventually then came the Switch.
Yeah, because for the longest time it was just Nintendo and Sega. It was just Nintendo and Sega, then it became Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, Xbox.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because those are the five major ones: the Atari, the NES, and the SNES, the PlayStation, the Xbox. Those are the seven sisters. The Atari, the NES, the SNES, the PlayStation, the Xbox, the Wii, and the Switch. Those are the seven sisters. And then you throw in the Dreamcast, the N64, the Game Boy, the Wii U, which a lot of people clown upon, and various others in there.
Yeah, and what's so Atari was one of the first ones you could get for your home and stuff with Pong and stuff like that. But Atari's been making the video games that are at like bars with like what was the first ones, like Donkey Kong, and before it was called Mario, it was called like Jumpman or something, and Galaga, where you have the little spaceships and you go left to right and you shoot. Those were like all Atari games back in the day that you would play at arcades and stuff.
Yeah. And there's been a couple of LEGO Star Wars games for both the Xbox and PlayStation, but by far the most successful of the Star Wars video games is the Battlefront franchise, or whatever it's called.
I actually got a Star Wars game. It's on Nintendo 64. I think it's called it's the Empire Strikes Back game. It's old school. I got all the old school systems out there in my living room. I've got NES. I got regular Nintendo. I got Super Nintendo. I got regular Nintendo. I got Genesis. I got the Wii. I got GameCube, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 and 4. I got Xbox One. I got the original Xbox. I got a whole bunch of video game systems up in the living room.
So anyone out there who owns any of the Star Wars video games, even if it's just the Lego Star Wars, and a lot of people bought one of the Lego Star Wars games just to get the Blue Milk Luke polybag, which was then re-released laughably as May the 4th Be With You, a promo, and a lot of people now have that Star Wars game on their shelf doing nothing.
Because they were trying to get it for the exclusiveness of it.
Yes. That's something that I think a lot of Star Wars fans would still rant about.
Oh,
I paid all of this money for a Star Wars video game just to get the Blue Milk Luke, and then they turn around and release it as separately months later.
That's how they get you.
I'm not going to be one of those people because I was never interested in the Blue Milk Luke polybag to begin with.
You see, that's kind of my feel on the GWPs. So, the GWPs to me, if I really want one of the GWPs, I'll just wait and I'll let somebody else go spend $250, $300 on Lego to reach the threshold, and then they go put their GWP on eBay or Macari or something else for like $40. And then it's like, okay, well, I'll spend $40 on the GWP instead of spending $300 on some Lego I didn't even really want just to get a GWP.
See, that's where people get themselves trapped out. They find them figuring out what sets they want to buy that they probably already have just to get the GWP, because they're the type of people who foolishly buy on day one. I, on the other hand, create a wanted list and plan to buy stuff specifically when certain GWPs come out. So I'm never the type of person who's thinking, oh my god, what set am I going to buy to get this GWP? I'm the guy that's like, yes, I know I'm going to buy this set to get this GWP. I'm going to buy that set to get that GWP, and so on and so forth.
Axel Plate's in the chat. Oh, you saw it. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, because for those who haven't been keeping up with Will Hoeg, RC is my co-host.
Indeed. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
And some people are geeking out about Nintendo. Johnny says Dash Rendar from Shadows of the Empire was the man. Okay. We're about halfway through bag one of this thing. Yeah, so anyone else out there, has anyone else already gotten any of the Star Wars GWPs? I saw some people posting on Instagram. They got their Star Wars homes. Seeing everyone talk about the new Sith Infiltrator makes me remember when Jane Bricks reviewed the original Sith Infiltrator, which had a lot of awful blue in it. Because for whatever reason, back in the early Star Wars days, they put a lot of weird colors. Like, I remember the Sith Infiltrator, they put awful blue within the grey. And the TIE Fighter, they put blue within black, even though it should have been grey and black. They just did some really weird colours back in the days.
Example, Rock Raiders.
No, I'm talking about the Star Wars ships.
Oh, okay.
I give examples of the Sith Infiltrator and the TIE Fighter, where they put blue for some reason. Even though I think correct me if I'm wrong, but the only blue vehicle in Star Wars is the Gungan sub.
Do you know that blue TIE Fighter is actually like pretty expensive even on the used end?
Yeah, because it's old and it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, no,
which is why people like myself want to piece it together. I want to piece together the original TIE Fighter because it looks absolutely awful with the blue. I don't know why they decided to do it.
Yeah, no, they definitely picked some interesting colors for a lot of the clones also.
They made a lot of weird decisions in the early days of Lego Star Wars.
Like when you see a lot of those clones that are in blue, green, camo, orange, red, is that true to the series, or is that them just bringing out whatever like crazy colors?
I think some of it is true to some of the media, but not all of it is accurate. But of course, if we had more qualified, if we had a qualified Star Wars fan on the panel right now, they could tell us. We'll probably get more technicalities from actual Star Wars fans on tomorrow's stream.
Yeah. Well, anybody in the chat, feel free to look it up, inform us, or if you know, inform us. I'm over here looking for parts. Story of my life, man. I'm looking for parts.
Yeah, we're all looking for parts. That is the definition of building a Lego mock or a Lego set. Looking for parts.
That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack.
Okay, Eric's thing is connected now.
You back, buddy?
I am back.
So I think this is part of the engine detail that I'm building right now. Or it's the spot where they hold one of the astromech droids.
So, is it just me? Because it may be. Some of you guys may actually like this. But do any of you get kind of annoyed or like that was pointless with a lot of the details some of these sets do that you end up just covering up anyways and you're never really going to see it? It's like
McLaren Ayrton Senna Formula 1.
What's that?
McLaren Ayrton Senna Formula 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That has a really nice engine, and you only see it when you choose to take the hood off the engine. However, they do make it really easy for you to do so. And now we've got all of the birds and the bees up in here.
Ha! Lego Team B says just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like for example, when you build some of these modulars and stuff, they put a whole lot of detail on the inside, which is great and all, but the only way you're ever going to see it is if you pull it out of your city and then you take all the levels off and then you can see in there. Otherwise, you never really get to see the details. And so you spend quite a bit of time building it and you're never even really going to see it.
So let's get this for the birds and the bees.
Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I wouldn't care if hundreds were swarming around. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off. Buzz, 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 retorted Duck.
Welcome, by the way, Team B.
Yeah. Hello, Chris or Justin.
Okay. I can be heard, but I can't be seen. I'm horrible with technology. I love it.
Story of my life, my friend.
I spent all that time doing Facebook on my computer because I don't have it on my computer, but I have it on my phone. So I thought like I was a hacker trying to hack into my Facebook, and it wouldn't let me. Now I forgot my password.
Always something.
Oh yeah.
Axel,
I will say you are a lot more clear now.
Am I being seen?
No.
No. Okay. How do I fix that?
Yeah, seems like you were going through the ring. Oh, Yeah, he's having technical difficulties all over the place. Press F in chat as a sign of respect, everyone. Yeah, a lot of people's pab walls have been really bad for the last couple of years. My pab wall has been okay.
I am going to go to this Lego show. It's June 8th and 9th. So it's a little more than a month away from this weekend. They're supposed to have that new Hiroshima. I'm pretty excited.
You mean New Hiroshima?
New Hiroshima, yeah.
I swear to God, everyone, take a drink. Every time anyone in the community accidentally pronounces New Hiroshima as Hiroshima.
Because that name's been ingrained in your head your whole life.
Especially for Americans who know anything about World War II.
Exactly. But I'm pretty excited. I definitely want to see what it is and what they've added on to it.
Well, after witnessing it in person, I can concur that it is a beautiful piece of Lego construction because they're not afraid to use the most obscure vintage pieces possible.
Yeah, like pieces that are super expensive.
I'm fortunate that I've got a pab wall half an hour away from me.
No, and honestly, that's the kind of builds that I'm trying to see because, you know, there was a show here not too long ago, and it was I can't remember what they call that show. It's one of the shows that go nationwide, but it was pretty disappointing. I'm not even gonna lie. I felt like everything like there was no real creativity. I didn't see any real big builds. The biggest thing I saw was a guy had quite a few modulars put together and a train running around them. But I thought to myself, was like anybody could like do this. This isn't even like that big of a deal.
Was it a Brick Universe?
Yeah, it was either Brick Universe or Brickvention or Brick. Man, I can't remember what it was. They just had it again in March. They just had another one.
Because not all Lego convention franchises are created equally.
Yeah, and the one that I went to, I knew for a fact it was nothing special because I see other Lego shows on YouTube, and I'm seeing what other Lego shows have to offer. And then when I went to this one, I was like, none of that is here. None of that.
Yeah. And the Brick Fest convention franchise completely changed their business model to where AFOLs don't give a shit about it anymore.
Dave Bricks has got a good question. He said, so what's the best Lego convention? So from what I've heard, it bounces between Brick Fair, Virginia, and Brick World, Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I want to go to I want to go to 7 conventions in 7 years.
So you can see them all yourself.
Yeah, because I'm going to Chicago this year. I'm going to Bricktastic in Manchester next year. Then 2026, I'm going to Brick Fair, Virginia. 2027, I'm going to Brick. And then 2028, or Universe Nashville, depending on which of them gets bigger over the next 5 years.
You know, if your Twitch gets monetized, you get you should try and get to the point where you go to 7 shows in 7 months.
Yeah, that'll be the day. And we won't get monetized on Twitch if we don't get an average of 3 viewers per stream.
You go to a show every month, you got plenty of content going to all those shows. That's what Beyond the Brick does, right?
Yeah, they go to all the shows because it's what their business is.
Oh yeah. They even go to different countries, right?
Yeah, because it's what their business is.
Yep.
It's not fun for them. It's business.
I'm sure they have a little bit of fun.
I do got my future prepared. There's so much technique in this set. And some people might remember. Oh, and some people might remember that I founded the I Don't Like Technic Club a month ago. Oh, we've got Lego Head Productions.
I am here to discuss a very important matter.
Is it Star Wars?
Yes, we can talk about that. I mean, I love your profile picture right there. That's a great set.
The 2008 Stormtrooper Battle Pack.
Yes, though we finally, you know how my banner for the past, like, ever since the Animal Crossing sets got released, has been Justice for Lego KK Slider. Well, let's go.
What happened to it?
We finally have a Lego KK Slider. Check it out.
Nice.
I don't think you realize how big of a deal this is. This is incredible. This is all.
Is that something from Animal Crossings?
Yes, the guitar playing dog.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what that is. So.
Oh, it's this white dog with big black eyebrows, and he plays a guitar. I don't know. I wanted it in Lego ever since the Animal Crossing sets got released.
So they heard you.
Yes, they have heard that we need justice for Lego KK Slider.
There's no animals at my crossing, but I know a lot of people who really like Animal Crossing.
I have never played, but I just wanted the guitar playing dog.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone in the New England area can concur that Brickfest sucks.
Oh, is that what somebody said in the chat? Breakfast Live sucks. It's family events. No A-falls, no mocks, really. So that's probably something close to what I went to, Stud. It seemed very close to that. It had a lot of vendors who were trying to charge like $100 over sets that you could like pretty much buy at the store right then and there. It was like crazy how much they wanted for some sets. And then on top of that is they had a couple of like photo opportunities and like Meet a Brick Master or Lego Master, and then they had the Pick a Brick bin, and it just had a couple of mocks there. It wasn't nothing like Brick World Chicago or anything like that.
Yeah, because when Brickfest Live, its business model used to be focused for adults. Philly Brickfest was the best convention in the world. And then when they changed their business model, Brickworld Chicago became the best convention in the world. By numbers, not necessarily by the quality, but by numbers. Because I know a lot of people crap on Brickworld Chicago either because they had poor experiences or because they've never gone and they've got spite. And I know a lot of people who have a vendetta against Brickworld Chicago, and I'm like, okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, if you've never been, I mean, I don't think your opinion really matters.
Yeah.
That's like somebody telling me what car sucks and what doesn't, and then I say, yeah, have you had one? And they're like, no, I never had one, but like I've heard on the internet. And it's like, all right, well.
But I sat in a DeLorean the other day.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's crazy is that there are some people who refuse to go to Brickworld Chicago just because it has Chicago in the name.
So
people are afraid of the Chicago crime rate, where when Brickworld Chicago is nowhere near downtown Chicago at all.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a real deal because Chicago's getting such a bad rap that people are just staying away from it.
Which is why Schaumburg is an ideal place for any conventions in Chicago, because it's 30 miles away from Chicago, where it's suburbia and there's less crime.
Got you.
Because Schaumburg is like 30 miles away from Soldier Field. I think it's 10 miles away from O'Hare Airport or something like that. Eric's back.
That city says Animal Crossings is just doing virtual chores. You're just doing chores.
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah. Well, Animal Crossing is just life.
Yeah, there's no objective. There's not any collaborative efforts. Like, I play Forge of Empires because it's a collaborative effort.
Well, yeah, but it's just like real life. There's no end goal. You just live.
Yeah, compared to Forge of Empires where there is an end goal.
World domination.
Well, Swank Industries is going to take care of that one.
Even though Swank Industries doesn't have a website.
No, we're working on it. Okay, we have a lot of financial backers ready to invest. Someone had the money for a mug, and he was like, "When am I getting it?" And I was like, "Give me 2028." And he said, "What?" But no, I think they're willing, so that's good.
Yeah, but you got to find immediate investors.
Yes, and that would be myself.
Stud, do you want to come onto the panel and talk about Star Wars?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, do you want to invest in... do you want to come on and invest in this business opportunity?
Because I wouldn't ask if you weren't in the chat and you weren't typing away in the chat, because I know that you've got a busy schedule. Because being a graphic designer is a cutthroat job.
What's the initial cost to invest? It's just like a measly $10,000 or something?
Yeah, like a measly, I don't know, 15K. Nothing big.
Just an initial investment.
Yeah, and then of course we have the interest payments as well, and then and then we have taxes and fees and the payment fees, and then the fees for the fees, Yeah, you know, it's just a walk in the park.
Sounds like it's run by the government.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you know, Swank is going to turn into a monopolistic government. I mean, what?
You know, you're going to have to create a mock of Swank industries.
Like the business tower or something.
Yes. Oh my gosh! Like, you know, in the Lego movie, the Lord Business's tower, but instead I just put a big Swank Industries logo on it.
Yeah, Octane Tower, but it's for Swank Industries.
Yes. When I get to building mocks, once we have the funding to build mocks, I will do that. Which, speaking of which, yeah, no, I should work on a short right now. Then we can work on funding.
But you want to make that movie, don't you?
Yes, yeah. We are working on the movie once we get the funding.
And one of the ways to get funding is to immediately start selling Iron Swank merchandise on a website.
Yeah, but we're only doing. You know, I gotta also. Why is my camera so zoomed in today? Your head is ginormous. Yeah, why do I have an enlarged head today? I could use the Swank cam if I wanted to.
Apparently, there's a new gorilla fig.
There's a new gorilla fig.
They're bringing Jungle back. Do you know the Jungle theme?
Yeah, the last time we got Legacy Jungle was 6 years ago.
Yeah, so they're bringing it back, and apparently there's a Johnny Thunder figure that's going to be in it, or at least the head or something. I don't know.
I did see pictures of that small red passenger train that looks like a light rail that comes with the station.
That was cool. That's kind of neat. I just don't know if I like the cab or not. I feel like that's a problem I have with a lot of these newer trains, is just the cab. But Lego, can I be a voice character on your movie? Yeah, I mean, well, it's gonna be live action, but you can be a voice depending on what we're doing, I guess. I don't know. I did want to actually. I was thinking, what if we had like Dank Pods be Jarvis, so we had an Australian Jarvis, because that would be very funny. Just imagine we just have like Jarvis saying like, "Oi, mate, you want to go to the Macca's?" Like, you know, just like Jarvis. Yeah, no, I don't know. It depends what we're doing, but of course, you know, we can fit you in if I'll write you down in the notes.
And I'm going to guess that the red light rail train does not have power.
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Which means I'm not buying it.
Oh, they got a new train coming out?
I don't buy trains.
Well,
I don't buy trains if they don't have power. Well, I don't buy trains if they don't have motorized function.
But you can add that.
But I don't want to.
Oh, well.
I'd rather just buy an extra train set and get the motors that way, which is very expensive to do.
Well,
that's the reason why I never bought the Horizon Express. That's the reason I never bought the Maersk train. That's the reason I never bought the Emerald Knight. That's the reason why I never bought any of the winter trains.
Mayo Shark Tank. Oh, sorry, that's right. Okay. What is it, Dave? We're not just Mayo Shark Tank, but a genuine or an idea my friends gave me was, imagine Shark Tank, but like it's Swank Tank, or imagine like Swank Industries goes on Shark Tank to get the initial funding.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, I was just saying that.
I'm gonna go get pictures. And see what it actually is. Let me go find the pictures. It's not. It is not a tram. It is a light rail. I can confirm because no tram.
Toby.
No tram has aerodynamic cabs like that. I'm gonna go get the picture.
Yeah, I didn't notice. It took me a minute to realize that it actually has like a little like curve to it, or not curve, but angle.
Oh yeah. My connection is horrible.
Let me go share this. This is what the train looks like. It's called downtown train, and it's got one of the track to surface ramps in it that people like to use for re-railing, and it's in the same color scheme as the recent train station that had the Thunderbox in it.
The Thunderbox?
Yeah. That's an old reference to someone we don't like to. That's a reference to an old asshole that we don't talk about anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I figured
so
that
that
out.
yeah. So it looks like it's a four wide build.
Reminds me.
Actually, no, it's not. It's just got a four wide cab.
You're gonna kill me, but it reminds me of the metro train.
You mean the Metro liner?
Yeah, sure, that gray one, the gray one that everyone loves for some reason.
Yeah, and I will kill you because that is blasphemous.
No, I love the Metroliner, and I like this thing, but I don't know, just like it looks so skinny that it looks so skinny where it makes it look vintage or like classic, with that like four wide design or whatever, and that makes me I feel like it's.
The reason it looks skinny is because it's a box.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like it makes it look square and small and skinny, and that just reminds me of the Metroliner and stuff. I don't know. Like maybe if you like did a recolor of that, and then there you go.
Well, it probably reminds you because the cab is very squat, and the cab of the Metroliner was very squat.
I don't know, man. It's a tiny rectangle, and that's why it makes me think of the
tiniest bit of aerodynamics in it.
Yes.
Yeah, Eric was having way too many issues. He's not gonna bother.
Yeah, that's always a pain. Gets frustrating.
Some people get so frustrated with their antiquated technology that they just give up. The only reason I bought my iPhone 13 was because I was having too much crap on my own streams.
Yeah, sometimes it's just better to start from scratch.
And the reason why I bought my Mac is because I wanted a better quality camera.
Yeah, the cameras out there on some of these phones, though, are getting extremely good.
Yeah, because my phone can film in 4K.
Yeah. So. Yeah. No. I mean the was it so like the thing with like modern like phones at least is that they've been making them since like, okay, let's just say around 2007, and like the thing is like since they've they've kind of not, they haven't peaked, but they've really leveled out by now. In like their they've gone over the hump with the upgrades, and so basically like, you could still use like an 11 and still be fine today.
Yeah, the quality is so good that they even though some phones are obsolete, they're still usable. Like my old iPod is obsolete, but it's still usable. I can still do Chrome. I really only use that for Chromecasting now, but I can still do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we've like, it's like there's the initial boom, and then it like levels out, and it's like we're like with cell phones, we're like basically flat at this point.
Yeah.
Like any upgrades are like very marginal.
This iPhone 8 is 7.5 years old now, and it still works.
Exactly. And like
the next thing is gonna be like your service. So the only thing that'll happen is they just make them faster, more instantaneous.
Yeah. I mean, like now they're like how they're like upgrading the chips were like getting in iPhone 15. The chips were getting a lot faster, and I remember MKBHD was like, yeah, they're almost at like M1 speeds now.
So I think that's what the whole point of 5G was too. Is that
and then 5G ended up being slower than 4G.
Yeah, it's supposed to be that the phones can talk to the antennas faster. That's pretty much what it is. So we can go with the internet faster. But I don't know.
But it doesn't work.
Yeah, not yet.
No, I've got to wait till 6G. But then it might be worse than 5G. Who's to say?
Yeah, exactly.
So with service, we kind of are having a hump. It's like it gets good and then it goes down.
Well, I'll ask you, Eric, is your new phone an iPhone, or is it something else? Because if it's not a new iPhone, then buying a new phone is a crapshoot. Even with Samsung phones, it's a crapshoot.
Indeed. I'll tell you right now, I don't know who's in the chat that could probably relate. Stud could probably relate. I don't know if you remember, man, but when cell phones first came out and everybody got cell phones and you got like these like flip phones or you got Nokias, like you guys, it's probably just, before your time, so you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but they were like...
I remember my mum had a Nokia when I first went to school.
Nokia 3310, best phone.
Yeah. So when you had those phones, you never really like lost service. Like you either had service or you didn't. But whenever you had service, like you had service. It wasn't like how many bars you had or anything like that. Like if you were in the service area, you had service. The only way you lost service is you went like where there was no antennas out in the middle of the woods and stuff. But when you were here in town, you had service 100%. There was never losing service when you were here. You were in the city.
Just wanted to address something, Stud. I don't have an issue with him. He has issues with a lot of us. And so because there are some people in this world who just want to be a grumpy old man and spread their grumpiness everywhere they go, and they just like to take the air out of the room when they feel uncomfortable. And I'd rather be around people who make me feel comfortable. There are some cowards who didn't want me to be there anymore, and so yeah, I said, fuck you, I'm out of here. And if anyone wants to know the cowards I'm talking about, I'll never say their names publicly, but I'll tell you privately so you can have a more informed opinion about dirty some of those assholes actually are.
Yeah,
and they're the types of people. They're the types of people who like to make innuendos every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now is like I know who you're talking about or whatever, but whenever it comes to stuff like that I'm never a part of, I never interject myself into it. I just keep my distance, and then now that I know, I'll just keep my distance, and then that's be what it'll be. Take my warning, but I never really interject myself far enough to try and participate in that.
Yeah. Because they were the ones that started it all. They gave me the cold shoulder. And so then I was like, fuck you. You're on your own. Go be with your own little group of fucking assholes and do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'd rather be with people who are actually good. And don't just disassociate themselves from you without telling you why. Like they never gave me a reason. They just said, nope, you're gone from our Discord. Nope, you're blocked. Nope, we're unfollowing you. With no reason explained. If they gave me a reason, I wouldn't be as angry. But they gave me no fucking reason. So, until they give me a reason, I will badmouth them without mentioning them by name.
Well, I hate to hear that.
Yeah. I'll tell you Dave, I'll let you know privately right now.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, I just saw a Blacktron 2 post with May the 4th be with you. That's a cool photo.
Oh, I gotta see this.
I've never been on TikTok in my life.
Okay, so okay, so Mayo, honey,
yeah.
I should have just said honey, so you would just say yes, just immediately.
Yeah, because for those who forgot, Lego Head and I got married a few months ago. I forget when.
Yeah, I don't know. Are we still doing this?
We got married.
Okay, so yeah, so check this out. My teacher at school gave me the idea to do this, and here we are. Because if you screen share,
but how do I? Oh, that goes in there.
Be able to screen share Lego Head.
I said if you. Well, I need Mayo to approve.
Yeah.
Mayo, click the money button. There we go. Yeah. Swank Industries business polos. The official Swank Industries business polo. So if you're an employee, you have the choice of your own business polo. Or even if you're just some guy who wants to look like they work at Swank Industries, then yeah, there's a business polo for you. We also got the normal t-shirt, a workout shirt with these cool like bleeding from the armpits things, and then another shirt, which is that also that's also a polo. Neat. And then of course the mug and bumper sticker and sticker, of course. But yeah, what else can we do? Let's see.
Have you looked into likeness rights with Stark Industries?
Yeah, so with Marvel and yes, I'm not exactly sure still, but you know we can well, hey, okay, think of it this way. You know the Stark Industries logo itself is actually hold on. Hold on. Okay, Mayo, click the funny button in a second. Wait. The Stark Industries. Okay, here we go. Mayo, click.
Yeah, I'm just doing something. No, damn it. I'll do it later.
Okay, so think of it this way. The Stark Industries logo is already based off of this logo.
Oh, Lockheed Martin? Yeah.
So, you know, who's the real plagiarist here?
I mean, you'd have to. It wouldn't be me. I'll just put it to you this way: is that the dumbest thing ever is there's a school close to me. It's a Lake Mary High School, and their mascot are the Rams. Well, they used a ram, a picture of a ram, and it's similar to Dodge. Well, Dodge told them, "Listen, we're not going to sue you for money because you're a high school, but you definitely need to change your logo."
Well, then in that case, Mayo, click the funny button.
You know, Stud Sidious in the chat would know about this. He's done all this stuff before with like Lego and all sorts of other people. He's done a lot of advertising. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what he specializes in, advertising.
Well, in that case, here is what we do, right? We take... Oh, wait, can I not... Darn it. Okay, okay, in that case...
What I would do, personally, is if it is a big deal, just change the location of that angled part. So instead of it being on
That's
the
what I was gonna
top
do. I was just gonna say that
bottom
I was gonna
left.
make a joke and be like, well, in that case, and then just flip the angle.
The reason he hasn't come back is because he got termination, I believe, is what happened.
Huh?
Mayo's responding to the chat.
They're talking
Yeah,
about Khan. Now I'm putting
Oh, is
stickers
that what
on.
happened? Oh, I thought he just deleted his channel.
No, I heard somewhere that he got terminated.
Oh, I thought, because I remember there was like the only mention of it was the also here it is. Okay. The only mention of it was the only mention of it.
That was the guy with the Muppet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he actually got offended when people called him a puppet. Like he got offended. He got offended by that, like when African Americans get offended when you call them the N-word. That's how seriously he took it, and it was like, dude, really? Come on.
See, look, I have a picture of him, right? You can see that as I see. Look, there's Doc Samson's Punch Out on WeWare, and then Doc's Mow and Go. Right.
I don't know how I feel about that. Let's open bag 2.
But yeah, there are the other pictures. Yeah, I still have. Oh wait, I forgot. I wrote this entire thing. And no one ever actually saw what this said in the video. Because it's in the video, but no, but like it was never addressed. But anyway, what is it? So the only mention of like Doc leaving, or like going away or whatever, was like the only one I ever heard was on Good Morning Brick World. When I remember I remember Brick Hive being like, Doc has stepped away or taken a step back from YouTube. Anyway, and then it, and it's like that's the only mention of it I ever heard. But
I got a quick question for the chat. We got Stud Sidious here and Clever Pig. They say honey with mayo sounds gross, and then Stud says mayonnaise is nasty, and Clever Pig says I'm right there with you. What are y'all putting on your sandwiches then? Are you guys those weirdos that are eating like a ham and turkey cheese sandwich just dry?
Okay, right here, look, this is what we do. We take this, right, and we go yoink.
Hey, did you see? Oh, perfect. Hey, did you see what Stud Sidious just put in the chat? He said you can make parodies of logos. I make a living off of it. You just can't be exactly like it.
Okay, so wait, where would the Swank Industries logo fall then? Because it's like the same thing, but just the one word is changed.
Yeah, so then I'm thinking that would be a parody, and that's cool.
But then, what classifies it as exactly like it? How would that be? Like, look, like how is that not illegal?
I'm responding to Clever Pig's comment in the chat. He's spending too much time in the trough out in the field. But reel it in, Clever. Reel it in. Bring it back in.
Bring it around town.
Bring it around town.
I'm that one guy who doesn't eat sandwiches.
Yeah, you don't like sandwiches?
Hey,
Papa
Rex, you know, since Papa Rex is here, can we turn this? Can we start talking about something Star Wars related again? Because we need to get back to talking about Star Wars. We've gotten sidetracked. I've already given the only Star Wars story I can think of. Does anyone else have a Star Wars story?
I do not. I tell you what, I got a Star Wars story. When I was a kid, I was a pretty big Star Wars fan. I used to have all the figs. I had like the land speeders and the Millennium Falcon and stuff. But that was like not Legos. It was like
the
action figures.
Were those the Kenner toys? Because Johnny G bought a bunch earlier. He said.
Yes. I think that's exactly right. Where the boxes were like black and green, or like black and red, and it almost looked like it had like a green glow or a red glow to it.
Any of the Kenner collectors out there, let RC know if that's right.
And then I remember they released the Star Wars movies back into theaters again for like the first time since they came out in theaters in like the 70s and stuff. And so
were they the re-releases with the different changes?
I'm not sure. I don't know if there was different changes or not, but it was in the early 90s. They re-released the original. They replayed the original 3 in theaters for like. And I wanted to go see them, and the only showing that still had seats available was at midnight. So my stepdad took me back to go see a movie, but I remember I was young, so that was like the first time I got to stay out that late, and that movie didn't get over till like 2 a.m. But that's a Star Wars memory I have there.
I've got another story. I remember I was watching TV. And this was in the early 2010s, so there was a lot of Lego commercials, and they had a commercial for there was a Star Wars ship that was green, that was like dark green, had a bit of black and a bit of yellow, and it was fighting a red and white ship that looked like a ring. I can never remember what those ships were.
I'm trying to think. I've been out of it for so long. Like I said, that was when I was young. That's something I never got back into.
Yeah. One of them had a similar color scheme to the gunship, but it looked like a ring.
Wait, what? Wait, what are we talking about? The hyperdrive.
Lego Star Wars sets that was on.
You mean
commercial.
the hyperdrive sets?
It might have been.
Hold on.
One had a similar color scheme to the gunship, and another.
Yeah, you mean this?
Yes, that one, the hyperdrive. And there was also a dark green, black and yellow ship that came out in the same year, and the commercial had it fighting with the hyperloop or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
you can pull that one off, Studsidious. I'll be honest with you. Like a handful of tricks, handful of Lucky Charms, handful of corn pops. That's legit. I'll do that all day. He's talking about cereal without milk.
Oh, I could never do that. And now everywhere I see Lego Star Wars, people just want to talk about the gunship or clones, and it's like, find something else to talk about.
Okay,
everyone I know who likes Star Wars is obsessed with the gunship.
Okay,
what is so popular about the gunship? Is it from a famous scene in one of the movies?
No, it's because clones. People like clones.
Is it just because of it's associated with the clones? Is that all it is?
Because it looks cool and it has clones.
Okay. Well, that explains a lot. Because people are obsessed with the clones.
I'll put it to you this way. I took 3 clones in that I didn't really want anymore. I got them in a bulk. And the 3 clones alone got me like $45 in store credit up there at OBC. It was the.
I remember something I wanted to talk about. They announced that we're going to get a Captain Rex we are getting it as a microfighter, not a mech. I'm so glad it's not a mech, and I think it's going to be one of the June 1st sets. The Captain Rex microfighter. I'm going to buy that when there's a GWP that I like, because Captain Rex is my favorite character in Star Wars.
Eric Hutt says, plus there's a Homer Easter egg.
And in one of the Lego Indiana Jones sets, there's a sticker that's actually from one of the Star Wars movies. From one of the Star Wars movies. I never understood that.
You know, they recently did a Star Wars. I can't remember what set it was, but they did like I think it was the new Indiana Jones. They had a Star Wars Easter egg in it.
Yeah, maybe because of the connection to Harrison Ford, but I always never understood that. And is it the Escape from the Lost Tomb?
I think so. It's like it's one of the bigger sets.
Well, there's only 3. There's a big, medium, and small.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all I know is I saw a review of the set, and I'm not sure what set it was, but I know that it has like a pillar in it, and it may be the Anubis. It may be the Anubis one.
Yeah. No, Anubis. You're thinking of the Temple of Anubis from Lego Adventurers.
Maybe. Well, they got that new Indiana Jones set that has the
the Anubis in it? Those are the black things with the like dog face.
Yeah, but the set is not called Temple of Anubis. It's Escape from the Lost Tomb.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the set you're thinking of. That's a remake of one of the OG Indiana Jones sets, which also had a Star Wars sticker in it. I'm not sure why. Maybe someone on tomorrow's stream can tell me why. I read it somewhere in one of the Lego history books, but I never understood its inclusion. Oh, it's an Easter egg in the movie. Okay. So it is canonical. It is canonical. I always thought it was something weird that Star Wars did. But if it's canonical to the movie, then that makes a lot of sense.
There you go. There you go.
Yep. The more you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
There it is.
So the font, so it's not exactly Gil Sans apparently, but it's like really close.
Somebody showed up to the party a little late, but they're here, Mayo.
Yeah, we pay no attention to the spammers.
Yep. I was just letting you know.
Okay,
Just like how in Doctor Who they pay no attention to the Weeping Angel.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even mention that. I just told you someone will appear.
So as you were saying with fonts.
Yeah, so can okay, well no, this isn't about the font, but now I'm wondering, so the thing is like this logo isn't like as high quality as it could be. Is there any way that I could design, like recreate this like swoop or angle, whatever, like recreate it like in a software or something, like draw something that's like really close to that? I just don't know what I would use.
You know how they say bend it like a Beckham? Well, we should also start saying swoop it like Cheryl.
Swoop it like Swank?
No, swoop it like Cheryl.
Swoop it like Cheryl.
Yes. Cheryl Swoops was a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
As Stud's saying, people don't realise that the Bookshop Modular has a George Lucas figure in it. They even gave him the Indy Jones hat. The designers admitted it. See, I'm not one to notice a lot of these Easter eggs. Zisu, just pay no attention to the spammers. Don't give him any clout.
Zisu's got himself in trouble.
Also, much like how they keep making references to George Lucas and Stan Lee, what did everyone think about that Kevin Feige figure in the Avengers Tower, or whatever it was?
The what figure?
The Kevin Feige figure in the Avengers Tower.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen it, so I don't want to lie to you. You're talking about the new Lego Avengers Tower, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I saw the tower and stuff, but I didn't really see the figs.
Are we? We're still talking about the Avengers Tower? It was from November.
Well, no, I'm just bringing up because people started talking about George Lucas in Lego. Everyone's Lord and Savior George Lucas.
Yep.
Not mine. But
Not
he did
mine
direct
either.
some cool movies back in the day.
Like Labyrinth. That was a cool movie. And then American Dad did a remake of that movie, where instead of being trapped in a labyrinth, they were trapped inside of a labyrinth inside of the CIA building. Okay, what do I need to do here? Yeah, so something I'm really confused about is that there are some sets being released for May 4th that were released at the start of the month. There are other sets that are being released on the 1st of June, and yet there are some June sets that were released for May the 4th, and like I don't understand that. Why can't all of the sets just be released on May 1st for May 4th? Why do we need another June wave? That's dumb. In my opinion, the only time we should be getting Star Wars sets of the year is for December and May, because December is traditionally when the Star Wars movies come out, and May for May 4th. It just doesn't make sense to spread it all out.
It does if you're trying to just continuously pull in more and more money.
But the feasibility is all over the place. Must be a bureaucratical nightmare when you have only a handful of sets per wave.
Yeah.
So, honey, is there any Star Wars thing you wanted to talk about?
That's right. I wanted to ask. So when is the stream tomorrow?
It's at my normal time.
Is that 6 p.m.?
For you, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
And also, we're at 703 subscribers now.
Nice.
So I've got to get building
703. I thought you were at 750. It says it on your thing.
Yeah, so I've got to get building a catapult whenever I get my parts collection sorted out again.
I thought he was just at 700.
Yeah, exactly.
No, your name says 750.
Yeah, but that's because woohoo, not saying we have 750 subs, because we have more. Whoa. But something else, I guess, Star Wars related that I like to mention is that the problem, my biggest problem with the sequel trilogy is that Disney came into it and approached it like 3 separate movies rather than one movie cut up into 3 parts. George Lucas had a plan marked out for the original trilogy, and he also had a plan marked out for the prequel trilogy. He had ideas for the sequel trilogy, which got tossed out by Disney, and he contradicted himself when he got interviewed by 60 Minutes in 2005 and said, "No, there is no more story to tell. I would not trust anyone that was with the franchise." And he already knew at that time he had already written out ideas for a sequel trilogy, so he straight up lied to 60 Minutes when Revenge of the Sith came out. And because of the script issues that got discombobulated and the fact that they had 2 directors instead of 1 director, it fucked over the continuation of the sequel trilogy. And the reason people don't like it is because the screenplay sucked.
Well, it's almost like if you were drawing a big picture and you had it all in your mind and you drew half of it and then somebody else picked up the pen and paper or whatever and started drawing the other half, and it would come out all fucked up.
Yes. And like I know so many people do not like Rian Johnson because he disrupted the flow of that trilogy. And Rian Johnson has said other things. A lot of people like myself wish that J.J. Abrams would have just directed the whole trilogy. And people have their own problems with J.J. Abrams, but I think the trilogy would have been better if they had J.J. directing all 3 movies, because instead of it being J.J. Abrams left a whole bunch of cliffhangers at the end of Force Awakens, and then Rian Johnson goes into The Last Jedi and says, no, we don't need to worry about those problems. Let's write a whole bunch of other new cliffhangers at the end of this movie, and then J.J. Abrams gets rehired for Rise of Skywalker and says, no, we don't need to care about the cliffhangers that Rian Johnson left. Actually, everything from Force Awakens does matter. And it just disrupted the whole flow of the trilogy, because that's not how a trilogy works.
There was a great disruption in the Force, Mayo.
Yes. The Force was not with Kathleen Kennedy back in those days. And all of that mess was happening before the not-so-secret gay agenda.
Yeah.
And Rose was such a pointless character, and her chemistry with Finn was bullshit. And we never got satisfying character arcs for people like Captain Phasma and Maz Kanata, and we got confusing plot hole, all of which we didn't get in the original trilogy, which all had 1 director. It goes a long way.
The original trilogy had multiple directors, actually.
But it was 1 dude's vision. George Lucas was the man. J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson were never the man in the sequel trilogy. And I don't even care about any of this stuff. I just listen to what other people tell me, and I form my own conclusions based on cross-checking different fans talking about it. Because you don't have to be a super fanboy to be critical of film. You can just know the basics of film to know when films don't get film right. The fundamentals of a trilogy should be 1 story cut up into 3 parts, and that didn't happen with the sequels, which is why people don't like them. The reason some people don't like the prequels is because more of the technicality and less of the script structure. Like the CGI doesn't hold up. The focus on some of the characters were odd.
You know, the real deal about it is that you shouldn't even have to be a fanboy. The movie should be entertaining regardless. If the only way you like it is because you're like a hardcore fan, then it's probably not a very entertaining movie.
Yeah. And it's like the all-time classics can be enjoyed by people who aren't a part of the fandom.
Exactly.
And the only reason I'm talking about it today is because it's Star Wars weekend. The only time I would talk about this in any other context would be with other Star Wars fans who talk about Star Wars on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And I heard, and there was a rumor a while ago that when Kevin Feige retires as the head of Marvel, Disney was going to get him to take over from Kathleen Kennedy instead. But now Kathleen Kennedy has a lot of power where they're probably not going to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm way more interested in the behind the scenes drama of a lot of fandoms now, because the content of the fandom has turned into shit, as in what the fandom is based on.
They turned to shit.
Because you're seeing the degradation of all of your childhood favorite pieces of media, and I've seen that with stuff like Thomas the Tank Engine. Hashtag not my Thomas.
I'm actually working on a presentation of Thomas the Tank Engine right now.
Yeah, it's also like when the most recent Diary of a Wimpy Kid came out and they replaced all of the actors in the movie and they recast Roderick as what was described to me. I've never seen the movie or I've never seen the casting list, as a sad little Korean girl or whatever, and that got hashtag not my Roderick trending. And then because of hashtags like that, that spawned other hashtags similar, like hashtag not my president. Well, I want to say for the bullshit that Mattel toy company has done with their ownership of a lot of franchises, I want to say hashtag not my Thomas.
Not my Thomas.
My little Tom-Tom's all grown up.
I think you mean that the opposite. He de-aged with
Exactly.
Go.
Exactly, because when Hit Entertainment bought out Gulain Productions, they dumbed down the series, and Mattel only dumbed it down even more.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is no adult appeal for the franchise anymore. Thomas and the Magic Railroad ruined the adult appeal, but seasons 6 and 7 were still good. But then Hit Entertainment came along and ruined it as fast as James Dolan ruined the New York Knicks. As fast as Dan Snyder ruined the Washington Commanders.
Okay, guys, I've done something groundbreaking.
Household brands that were tarnished by new owners.
Did you figure out perpetual motion?
Yes, well, you know, of course, Swank does everything. You know, we're number one in innovation in the world. You know, forget ASU, we are number one in innovation. They always say they're number one in innovation, but they really mean number one behind Swank, a distant number second. So, Because Swank is just untouchable. But yes. So along with figuring out perpetual motion, which we'll figure out on a Sunday, next Sunday, once we have some free time, after building Swank Island. But yeah, okay, Mayo, screen share.
What do you want?
Okay, check this out. I found out, right? So, we need the highest quality thing we can get. We need the highest quality Swank logo. Instead of just like taking these pictures right here and then just making a logo out of them. So, the font is Gil Sans, right? Well, the Canva Gil Sans isn't doing it for me. So we go into Google Docs and we find the right Gil Sans font that I like. And then we click File. We click Download PDF. And what that does is it makes it so as far as you zoom in, it is not going to lose any quality. It is still perfect. So then downloading Keynote again, you can use this as like a free photoshopping if you really know what you're doing. So then what you do is you take the funny PDF and you put this in here, and then you click Image, remove background, and go to the white, and then there we go. Now we have Industries, and it's high quality, and it doesn't have a background, so you can do whatever you want with it. Truly groundbreaking.
Mind is blown right now.
And now you're going to choke on your own aspirations.
Yes, I told him not to choke on it. Oh wait, darn it! Never mind. This isn't groundbreaking. Never mind, because darn it. Oh no.
There's a line.
No, the line is just like when you click on it, but no, look. Oh darn it! The text is like really. The text. Why? It's literally just the color white with some black text. You can't just take out all the white pixels. Look at that. It has like a weird like.
I need my investment money back.
Yeah, what the heck? Okay, is there any way? Okay, so if we go here, we click remove background. Does it still? Can you not do it on a PDF? Darn. Okay, well, what if we... Okay, here we go. Download. Where...
Oh, also something I want to ask. What does everyone think about that ridiculous $150 book?
Swank.
$150 book?
Yeah,
the Star Wars one. It looks neat. It's like an Apple book, where it's like a lot.
Holy smokes! No way, Jose. See, that's crazy because the Star Wars fans will drop that no problem, no questions asked. That's what I got to give it up to the Star Wars fans, is they truly support their theme.
Even though there are some very vocal people in the community who have stopped buying Star Wars, and or have cut back on buying Star Wars.
I honestly wish there was more Castle and Pirate fans like that like Castle and Pirate just as much, because then they would be pumping out Castle and Pirate themes.
But the reason they don't is because people these days are too dumb for original themes. All the dumb people care about the licensed crap. And I don't care about licensed crap, which means I'm not dumb. I am so smart. SMRT.
Spell it, man. Oh, wait, SMRT.
Okay, IT.
There we go. Okay, I didn't know if you're gonna catch it then, or catch it.
You told me to spell it, so I just did.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to see if you would catch it, you catch the joke.
I know that joke is older than saying this. Snuffleupagus. How do you spell it? That's where I first heard the joke from. That's funny. That's funny.
What you spell
College.
like shit?
You know what? College textbooks should come with the CMF that was The Graduate. Remember The Graduate CMF? I think that was series 6 or 7.
Oh yeah, or I think I don't know, but yes, I am sending that.
I think it was the same series as where the computer programmer was from.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember like every single CMF thing. I know it's blasphemy, but
Me neither.
but yeah, no. If I
And
think I know what it looks like.
And also just a sad reminder that we're never going to get.
Yeah.
a Star
Okay.
Wars,
This guy. Yeah, I know him. Anyway. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah, we're never going to get a Star Wars CMF series.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a sad reminder that we're never gonna get a figure like that with capes and cloth on them again. That too, I guess. Okay, so darn it. Well, we can't. Can we wait? Can I crop?
So I said my favorite character. I'm guessing one of your favorite characters is a clone.
I don't really. Oh yeah. Sure.
Is your favorite Star Wars character a clone?
You're asking me or Mayo?
You.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't really have a favorite Star Wars character. I don't really have a favorite anything. Unfortunately, because I can never decide. I'm always like, oh, but I'm not exactly sure. So, yeah. No, I mean, I guess Captain Rex is neat. I don't know what like funny clone. The clone who punched a droid. Best character.
I know a lot of people like Cody, or the 50, or the head of the 501st, or some random obscure number like 343 or whatever, some bullshit.
No, darn it! What was that one clone? Oh, I feel like I've been watching the Bad Batch a lot lately. There was like one clone. Or actually, wait, no, I know. Okay, never mind. No. Cut up. It's cut up because he had the Irish accent. That's the only reason. The one clone with the Irish accent. That's my favorite clone. I was looking at like all of his clips the other day. Best clone. I mean, Heavy is good too, but Irish accent clone. So yes, that is my favorite Star Wars character. Cut up.
Now this chassis is starting to take place.
Very nice.
The chassis was built in 2 parts, and we just connected it. Now we got to build up to make sure the chassis is connected properly.
I did the Rex Celsior the other day, and that thing's all like pretty much a whole Technic build.
Great set. Good times. Waiting for the Lego Movie 3.
So, was that the cheaper one, or was it the one
that was the bigger
shaped
one?
like a fish?
That was like the Behemoth Lego Movie 2 set, like the big one. Well, okay, never mind. I guess Apocalypseburg, but both of them. Don't have Apocalypseburg. Someday I will get it. I'm telling you.
Very expensive.
Someday. Well, you know what? Yeah, Bricklink. Okay.
We need to write a song about Bricklink.
Oh wait, you just reminded me. Okay, no. Forget that because Mayo. Okay, do you you know on ACOB, you know how on ACOB they have like barge boys or whatever for
hashtag Boxer Boys.
Yeah, well, you know, like for the UCS sail barge now, they have barge boys. I swear they said
I've heard that.
Yeah. Okay. So, What is it? So I thought, one day, like yesterday or something, I had the idea. Imagine the Cops theme song, but instead of Bad Boys, it's Barge Boys. So I wrote the lyrics to it.
Yeah. I also did a similar. I also did a similar thing with the James Taylor song "Up on a Roof." I changed it to "On My Bed."
On the Lego, on the brick. See, look, Barge Boys, Barge Boys. What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do when they come for you, Barge Boys?
No.
Barge Boys.
No, what you gonna do when they barge into you?
Okay, hold on. When they barge.
And instead, as Barge Boys, what you gonna do when Jabba come for you? Because in the Cops theme, it's what you're gonna do when John Brown come for you, but replace John Brown with Jabba.
Oh no, I did Salacious Crumb. I said, what you gonna do when Salacious Crumb come for you?
But a Jabba is the one that goes around on the barge.
Yeah, but Salacious Crumb is his little like pet or whatever. But no, you know who I'm talking about, right?
I don't know that character.
This guy.
I've never seen him.
Oh, he's like Jabba's. Yeah, here it is. He's like Jabba's like pet or something. He's always hanging around Jabba. So I didn't know if,
remember when Jabba was just going to be a Scottish dude before he became a slug?
Yes, no. When human jobs come for you.
And so in the re-releases, they had it where Han Solo tripped on Jabba's tail or whatever it was. That was a mistake, but then they recoded it with CGI or something, and just made it part of the canon. Because for whatever reason, Star Wars can never decide what is and isn't canon.
Tough decisions to be made.
Because there was a while where a lot of the extended universe was canon, but then they decided it wasn't canon.
Well, that was Disney, right?
Yeah, and George Lucas considered the Clone Wars movie not canon, but I think Disney does.
He didn't?
I read somewhere years ago that George Lucas said that the Clone Wars movie wasn't canon.
Huh. I didn't know that.
But Attack of the Clones is canon, but the Clone Wars isn't.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna have to cut out of here a little early. It's 11:45.
Yeah, we're gonna be ending soon. So yeah. So thanks for hanging out.
Not a problem. It's always awesome as usual. You doing another one tomorrow too? You said.
Yes. Continuing
it's
to build
all
this
Star Wars though, right?
Yeah, and we'll get some proper Star Wars people on the panel.
I have I literally have this thing sitting here ready.
All right, I may or may not be on, just because I got work this weekend and I got to try and get a bunch of stuff done because my niece's graduation is on Sunday, so I may or may not be on, but just giving you a heads up.
Yeah.
All right, guys, have an awesome Friday or Saturday morning, whatever it may be for you. It's always a pleasure. Take care, chat, everybody else. And I'll see you next time. Later,
Bye.
guys.
And I know we're not going to get through
Yeah,
bag
what?
2. I know we're not going to get through bag 2 today. Which means I'll probably build the rest of it off camera when I'm watching Hive's stream. Pure rant fury.
Oh wow! Look how. How do we mask again? Edit mask. There we go. Oh my gosh! I can crop. Holy heck!
So when was the last time? Wait, have you finished building the castle yet?
You know I have. That was like months ago.
But didn't
last
you say
year.
Didn't you say you were going to build another one?
That was a joke.
Oh.
If I had the funds, I might, and then I could. Isn't there a thing where you can like put 2 of them together and make a huge one or something?
Well, there are a bunch of wickable models out there where you can. But I choose not to use wickable because I'd rather do my own ideas instead of paying someone else for theirs.
Am I the only one who's kind of? Also, wait, no, sorry. Anyway, wait, sorry. Where were you? Or what do you say? I wasn't really listening.
I prefer to use my own ideas rather than pay someone else for theirs.
Oh yeah. But I bought the gunship just so I could make the dropship mods. What is it? Was it so the okay? So am I the only one? Am I the only one who's like kind of sad? Or like who was like kind of disappointed that there was no LegoCon 2023?
I think so. No one else gave a shit about it.
Like, I'm not saying it's good. It was not good. In fact, it was awful. But the thing is that it was really fun for like LegoCon 2021 and 2022. It was just a file title got milk font. It was really fun, just like being able to. It was really fun for like. Just like like 2021, 22, just like watching MNR's live stream or whatever, and just like where they would just stream LegoCon, and then I would just and then I don't know, I would just like sit in my Lego room doing whatever. I remember I was building the Iron Swank suit for at least LegoCon 1. I think LegoCon 2 I may have been, or I was just sorting or cleaning or whatever.
Literally, the only thing I cared about LegoCon was when they announced the 90th anniversary castle and the Galaxy Explorer as the winners of the Bring Back an Old Vintage Theme contest.
Oh, is that what that was for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
because the reason that's the 90th anniversary castle, it was because that set was made in celebration of Lego's 90th anniversary.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. So it was basically like, yeah, it was really fun, like having that thing you could just like be there for, and like for those years, and just like I don't know, very like communal activity. I don't know. It was just nice.
I feel like it would have been better executed if it was run more directly by people that people care about.
Well, of course,
No one cared about a lot of the people that they brought on.
Well, yeah. Yep.
Because, like, the point of a convention, the reason people go is for the weird and wild costumes, buying merchandise, and seeing people who work behind the scenes and are actors within media that we care about. Like, how could you be a Comic-Con and not have some of the actors from the MCU? You know? It's kind of like, how can you be a LEGO convention and not have people from within the LEGO company that we care about?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I mean, the LEGO live stream, that happened on Wednesday, with Boone and stuff. I think that had Boone, so like people cared about that, and also the LEGO Star Wars designer.
Yeah.
So that was interesting, and I do think.
But the whole hype of
the hype died the moment that we realized that we weren't getting what we wanted. But I still think it was nice to like, it kind of gave me that like LegoCon feel, where like there were all these people watching the same Lego branded live stream as you, and it was just like really fun. Even if it was awful, it was fun to make fun of it.
I remember being in a few people's watch parties, but the thing that was bad about it is we didn't care about the content. We just cared about watching it with other people.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, because it was like, if that's where the enjoyment comes from, it's a piece of shit.
But it's fun to make fun of it. It's just fun to have something.
Much like how I say, if the best part of a LEGO set is the minifigures, it's not a good set. And the best part about a lot of Star Wars sets are the minifigures, which means a lot of them are not good sets.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I still like having like the official Lego feel for the like those streams and stuff, and then like we can, but it's still also fun to complain about it as well. Even if it's bad, it's still fun to talk about it being bad.
Yeah, everyone likes complaining about shit.
But like, it's also like, but I feel like for like the Lego stuff, like, or the Lego like con and the Lego live stream that happened the other day, I think that was just fun because I don't know, it had the Lego feel, so it was still kind of cool just because it was like official Lego stuff, but at the same time it wasn't really that great, so it was also fun just to make fun of it, and it just was like, and with other people, other fans, and it just kind of made it like a fun experience.
Yeah, we're about to end this stream, so we're going to take off the screen share.
No.
Ugh. So he'll have to come back in again. I kicked him out of the studio. I hate it how it doesn't just kick out one person, it kicks out their screen share and themselves. Come back, Lego head. Sorry about that. I don't like that about StreamYard. I wish the host was able to just get rid of someone's screen share.
Well, I thought, oh wait, can you not do that? Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. Instead, it gets rid of the guest as an entity instead of just one of their cameras. It's dumb.
Huh.
Yeah, we're about to end this. So where can we find you on social media?
Lego Web Productions AZ on YouTube. That's Lego Web Productions AZ on YouTube. Recently made it to the big 6K. So fun times are coming. And we're still on the watch hour hunt. Gosh darn it.
And while I'm doing homework, I'm going to write out those questions for the Lego Father interview.
That's right. The Lego Father.
He's the best father in the world.
He's the best father. Yeah, okay, so I realized there was a part, that short that I put out the other day of the different minifigure sizes. I forgot I was gonna mention. So the one of the this script that I made for the short, which wasn't really a script, I just kind of talked about it, but it mentioned It says different sizes of Lego figures: nano, micro, normal, big, bigger, jumbo, father, jumbo father, and then so where's Jumbo Father? I forgot to mention him in the thing, but now I can delete that because yeah.
We're almost done on this subsection of the build. And
Imagine the Lego Father is the villain of Iron Swank, just like a Jumbo Father.
Imagine if the Lego Father is President Business's father.
Whoa, you're like blowing my mind, man. Well, then the Lego Father didn't. It wouldn't be the Lego. The Lego Father would teach him to be a nice person. You know, Lego Father doesn't. Lego Father is.
The Lego Father is my father.
He is my father. The Lego Father. No, he teaches you how to be a good guy, along with it, and he teaches you how to evade your taxes as well. Yeah, you know. Also, if you want to see the Lego Father, he is. He's right here. See.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put that on later. Anyway, thank you for what. Oh, there he is. There's the Lego Father.
My father. Well, technically the Lego midget. He has the hat on. So if I take it off, then he's the Lego Father. But...
Nice. So who do we have in the chat today? We had Johnny G.
There we go. Lego Father.
Clever Pig, Lego Head Productions AZ, Scott's Blocks, Macro Bricks, co-host.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm just getting better.
Big Nate Bricks, the Brickable Cow,
the Rebrickable Cow,
Brick Hive.
Yo, how you doing?
Trebs Reborn. Order 66.
Yep.
Guess we're too busy tonight to come on. Eric Hutt.
Oh, there's still 4 people watching? Wow.
Clicking Cliff. Seth Land. Dave Brick 76.
Yo, Dave.
Stud Sidious. Axel Plate. Lego Team B. Mikey J Productions. I think that was the Papa Rex 7567. Spammers. And that was everyone. So thank you for watching this stream. We'll see you on the next stream, same time tomorrow, where we will be continuing to build the UCS X-Wing. Possible guests include co-host Lego Head Productions AZ, Brick Hive, Brick Maniac 81, All Bricks Count, Porter 66,
M&R Production.
No, and a couple other people if they want to come on. So thank you for watching this stream. We'll see you on the next stream. We'll see you on the next short, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy May
Yeah.
the 4th be with you from Australia. And tomorrow we will have Revenge of the 5th. Bye, guys.
Oh,
Thank you for supporting Mayo Hosko Media. Your viewership is very important to us. Tell YouTube you like us by smashing the like button. Let your thoughts be known in the comments down below. Never miss out on any more LEGO content from us by hitting the subscribe
And then 505th. Wait, no.
live streams every Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
No, wait, it's not.
Monthly city updates
It's
Thursday of every month. If you like Minecraft and gaming, follow us on Twitch, mayo_hosko.
Revenge of it.
Twitch streams every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern in North America. To be in the know, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at real_.
You can't mute me.
Have fun with us on
No,
our
man.
Discord server. Friend us on Facebook and join the fan club group. For business inquiries, email us at mayohosko@gmail.com. For historical inquiries, check out our website. For special community perks, including behind the scenes, voting rights, and early access videos, become an investor today by pledging to us on Patreon. Links in the description. Watch this video recommended to you, or check out this playlist if you missed any previous
Excuse me, I'm
videos of
muted.
the same genre. This has been Mayo Hosko.
What about 2/12 day, like February 12th?